Sean, I think your laptop's got the sound on.
Yes.
Sean, we've started.
Hello, the internet.
Hello, the internet.
Switches off his laptop.
Sean.
Hello. Oh, we on?
Yeah.
You know, these new credits, they just freak me out. I'm just usually waiting for that guy in black and white, that great big fat guy. And I need to turn. I've got my laptop still on. There we go.
Can't get the staff these days.
I'm sorry about that.
Talking of which, yes, indeed.
Yes, it's with a tinge of sadness we come to this one because it's going to be John's last one.
It's my last show, so I just wanted to say, thanks very much. Let's have a good one, and it's been a lot of fun. Maybe I'll broach the subject again later in the show.
Well, hopefully we'll have you back in the future as well.
We'll see. Absolutely,
we'll have a cry at the end of the show.
We will, yeah. Well, you remember, like I was saying, the last ever episode of Alf, even after 4 years of doing Alf every week and living in each other's pockets for like sort of 18 hours a day. At the end of the filming of the last ever episode, they each just like got in their car and drove off and didn't even say goodbye to each other.
Aww.
So let's hope it won't be like that for those video guys.
But maybe we'll come. Should we come back? We'll come back as a TV movie in a few years' time.
Possibly, yeah, with
Martin Sheen.
With Martin Sheen, indeed. Who knows?
And Charlie Fleischer.
And Fleischer. Well, he'd love to. Well, he played, of course.
He could play you.
He could play me, and I would be happy with that. I'd be happy with that.
I think if he was in over here, Fleischer would be absolutely up for coming on those video guys.
I'm sure he would.
Indeed, and if we were over there, we'd be very happy to go on Fleischer's Universe if it's still going.
Indeed.
And if you want to find out what's going on in John's life once he's left the show, there you are. His Twitter.
I've got a Twitter page. I don't use it too much, but it's there. It's at John Atkins III, so you can follow me. You can follow Elisar at Elicab, and you can follow Sean at Sean Harry. We're all on Twitter. Thank you so much for the comments in the chat room. Redders, I'll miss you as well, although, like we say, we're on Twitter. We've all got Facebook and
some people actually use their Google Plus.
Some people do. I don't know anyone who ever has, but we're still on Google Plus as well. gplus.tvg, Ustream,
and you can also
Facebook,
follow those
YouTube.
video guys.
It's gone. Oh, it's there. I was looking at the wrong one.
It's gone. Yes.
It's all there at Those Video Guys TV, Facebook / Those Video Guys, and thosevideoguys.tv is our internet web address. So please follow us and just like us. That's all we ask.
Yes.
Just be our friends in real life.
And subscribe. Like, subscribe.
And follow. Elisar, you've been busy this week. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you were doing this weekend?
Well, indeed, I was. I was at the Raindance Film Festival, John, and we had the very first ever web series pilot competition run in the UK, and we tasked some filmmakers to go out within a 14-day period, go out and make a pilot that could be for a web series.
Really? Well, we know from doing the show for the last year and a bit, or nearly a year, that there's some great talent on the internet. So how was that?
It was very good. Yeah, we awarded the best film to a web series pilot called The Vessel. Yeah, which is a comedy about a couple, two men who decide they want their friend to become a mother to their child, so they can have a baby. And the idea of the series is they're going to follow this process through. But the pilot they filmed is basically the couple asking her, would she mother their baby?
Okay,
very modern, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a lovely.
And was there a big prize on offer for that?
The prize was they would get £1,000 worth of Raindance film courses to attend.
Okay.
And also they would get to be developed with a company that does branding and sponsorship, with potential of getting finance to make their pilot into a whole web series. So we'll see what develops.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And Sean, you've been busy over the weekend as well.
Yes, I was running a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer and True Blood convention.
Oh, really? Did you see? Was Michelle Gellar there? Michelle
Gellar was not there. I think she turned up at Comic-Con once and she ended up actually being booed.
Really? She's not popular among fans?
Well, no, the fans love her, but she was in her contract when she did the film. What's that Sam Raimi film she did?
The Ring or something?
No, it was one of those based on a Korean movie.
Oh, yes.
And it was in her contract.
The Grudge.
She had The Grudge. She had to turn up at Comic-Con to promote The Grudge. And she literally turned up and she basically made it clear that she doesn't do conventions and didn't want to be there.
Oh.
Elizabeth Oriana says, why is John leaving? Don't leave it. won't be the same without John.
Well, it won't be the same. It'll be much improved, I'm sure. It'll be a lot tighter and more fun. And please, stick with these guys because we've all put a lot of hard work into the show, and it's going to be great. One of the reasons why I'm leaving, you might be interested to know, is that I am hosting some new cage fighting shows on. I don't know exactly where it is, but I went to this studio in East London yesterday and filmed the first 10 episodes, the link to the first 10 episodes. And I think it's going to be on it's going to kind of show up on random American and Canadian sports networks every now and again, I think. So look out for that. Possibly on the Fight Network, but I don't know exactly where yet.
Do you think you'd see Jordan turning up in the audience? Or
well, you never know, because I'm sure they'll have. There's some quite big names fighting, so could be Alex Reed. The ones I introduced yesterday were Vita Belfort, Ken Shamrock, a lot of people I haven't heard of, and some English guys. Right. So you never know. Alex Reed could well be among them. And
is he a real cage fighter? Or surely that's just part of his hype.
No, definitely. That is what he is, a cage fighter.
Really? Because he's been an actor. He's in Brookside and stuff.
Alex Reed was in Brookside.
He was in Brookside. Yeah.
I think it might have been different.
I think he was in the Brookside movie.
They did a movie.
Well, the DVD. They did the straight to DVD.
Oh right, those things,
spin-off type things. Yeah.
Did it
Can't call those movies. I mean, please.
Well, anyway, so yeah,
and he's having a baby with Chantel, apparently.
With Chantel,
yes,
from Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother.
But is he not still with Jordan then?
No, they split up.
They split up.
Right, okay.
Because
so Jordan he thought he could be in the market for a new cage fighter.
Because they needed to, or indeed a cage fighting host. Yeah.
Or there's that little cheerleader from Heroes, Hayden Pancakes.
She was good.
She's apparently dating she's 5'0", and she's dating a 7 foot tall Russian cage fighter. So
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
We could find out later in the show. Good. So, any other stuff that we need to get out of the way before? What's this Dragon Age Redemption?
Looks
yes,
fantastic.
the long-awaited web series based on the video game of Dragon Age.
Was it announced?
It was.
Well, I mean, it's kind of this hits two kind of interesting areas in that it's Dragon Age, so that's going to hit all computer game buffs and everything. But it's being done by Felicia Day.
Indeed.
Who was one of the pioneers of this kind of stuff we review with the
Let's
Guild.
show a short clip.
Tell me, do you have to flirt all the time?
I don't have to.
Special effects, action, stunts.
I mean, watching
fantasy.
That trailer, I immediately thought of shows like Legend of the Seeker or Xena. It seemed that kind of level of production values. And
it's exciting.
So it's a trailer that's been launched. What's
been launched. Yeah.
Well,
what is it going to be? A full web series?
It's a full web series.
There's a computer game called Dragon Age. There's actually been two. The second game's come out.
Yeah.
And this web series is timed with the downloadable content of a new adventure you can download for Dragon Age 2. And this is the story of the character you play in the downloadable content. And it's a bit like the Mortal Kombat series that we saw recently.
Which is on the same channel, Machinima.
Yeah, where it's basically, this is a new, really it's an advert. But it's an advert that you're going to watch and enjoy. And it's an interesting way that they're doing this. Instead of just doing an advert on TV, which is going to cost a lot of money, this actually hits the core audience.
Indeed,
it gives them something they're going to watch. And instead of actually doing it themselves, what they've actually done is they've gone to one of the pioneers of this kind of show.
Absolutely.
And told them to do it, which seems a very smart move. And you're probably going to get millions of Guild fans tuning into this on top who may not otherwise have been aware of Dragon Age.
Indeed. Well, it looks good. It's exciting. Good feedback in the chat room. SP Wright says, "Wow, that looks awesome." It did. It looked great. And when is the full series coming up? You think?
I'm not too sure actually. But
yeah, they've just literally launched this trailer today.
Did they?
Yeah.
It's very different to what you normally see on YouTube. Because, like I was saying the other week, virtually everything you see on YouTube, and we've discussed this before, it's basically mostly comedies, and mostly comedies about actors trying to get work.
Yes,
and
indeed.
here we have, have we actually seen a full-on fantasy in the, Tolkien-esque?
There have been, but obviously this one has got more money than most of them.
So it's going to have some good makeup, good special effects.
This is Machinima, obviously their YouTube channel, which became popular for doing gaming videos.
Yes. Well, you know what machinima as a term actually refers to. It's when they get they do an animated thing using the figures from a computer game and add their own dialogue,
add their own voices, and that's what made the channel very popular.
Yeah.
That's what it's grown on. But they're now branching out where they can actually work with those video game companies like Mortal Kombat, and BioWare, and make video game based.
Okay, guys, let's move on because it's all fascinating stuff. But let's talk about it in Talking
I just
Who.
want to say it's going to be interesting to see how this moves on. Whether we're going to be seeing more computer games do this.
Well, check it out, youtube.com/machinima. Machinima. It's all there. We'll link and put acts up to that as well.
That moves us on to our next area.
Action.
An old favourite of ours, and probably somebody pretty much on the internet almost as popular as Felicia Day herself. Probably one of the most popular guys on the internet.
One of the top subscribers. I think he's in the top 5 or top 6 subscribers.
He's a cool guy as well. He's a cool guy.
Well, he might be a cool guy, but I think in terms of his... somebody can be a good, cool guy. Apparently Uwe Boll is a very nice guy. It's down to your talent, and Freddie Wong's got talent.
Freddie Wong. Did he do that?
Well, I was going to say, normally a lot of sort of like, bedroom special effects, but that, I believe, was filmed in one take on the mean streets of LA, I think. So, good stuff there from Fred
I have
W.
to say, Freddie Wong can usually do more action in 2 minutes and more amazing action special effects than you get in 2 hours of The Matrix.
Well, I won't argue with you there. I hated The Matrix, or certainly the second and third one.
That's
anyway.
what everybody says.
Yeah.
This video is called Gamer Commute, and it's about...
video games.
He
commuting.
plays. It's a guy who has to commute to work, but he does it inspired by video games.
By many video. I spotted a couple. My favourite was Frogger. That's what I was going to say as well.
Frogger.
Which reminded me of the classic Seinfeld episode where I don't know if you've seen that one, where he has to push a pinball machine across the road, and he sort of has to move between the lanes of traffic. It's quite amusing. I think there's a few other more modern video games as well in there, like Grand Theft Auto and a couple of others that I didn't recognise. But some great effects and a fun video. Sean, did you enjoy that video?
Anything by Freddie Wong, that's one of those ones that I regularly watch what he's got coming up, whether we've got to review it or not. And
we all got to subscribe to them.
I think everybody has got a subscription to Freddie Wong, and deservedly so. His stuff's fun.
And as we've seen in our travels over the summer, he's inspirational as well. A lot of young YouTubers coming up.
I would actually love to see him do a more proper form
story-based,
because he's
cliffhangers
got the
and
amazing talent for special effects. I would love to actually, instead of a demo reel, it to actually be stuck within a story frame. Maybe you should team up with Felicia Day.
Maybe.
Let's give it martinis. That's how we rate things.
We're all going to give it martinis.
We all love martinis. We all love Freddie Wong.
Martinis.
It gets 3 martinis.
It's got to
How about
be
it? There it
It's
is.
got to be 3.
Has to get
Oh man, I'm coming down with something bad. So there we go. That's our first video of the week. Action by Freddie Wong. Gamer Commute.
Now, on the message board, BW Hibbs.
Brad.
It's Brad. It's our old buddy.
Can we change it to those wrestling guys?
No. When I leave, who knows? Maybe.
No, to keep you to stay.
Oh right, I get it. No, but who knows? Maybe one day we'll have like a wrestling special or something. Actually, we've had at least 2 of them. So
we've had wrestling,
probably we won't. But
we haven't done cage fighting special.
We haven't, but then there's not much fiction about cage fighting.
No, but maybe there's like behind the scenes reality.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll have.
Well, me and Elisar have been throwing ideas around about possibly producing a YouTube series ourselves, and one of the ideas I was having was doing something in the style of the 50s Santos movies.
Really? Wow.
Mexican wrestlers by day
and superheroes by night.
Night.
It's a little niche. Anyway, what do you mean thinking of producing your own YouTube show? What are we doing here?
I knew I'm talking about
dramatic, scripted one.
Okay. What's our second vid in the action category?
It's called Bay in a Can.
Not convinced? What about this bland breakfast scene. Oh yeah, now that's more like it.
And check out the can on that. What was that video all about then?
So
Michael Bay
movies. Michael Bay
No wonder
is
he
the
didn't
Mr.
get it.
Action, Armageddon, Transformers. He
Bad
takes
Boys.
nothing can just be a simple scene of two people having a talk in a room.
It's got to have a hot chick
If
in there.
if Michael Bay was directing the scene, we'd have the Michael Bay can, and there'll be like hot chicks running around. There'll be people jumping in across from here with guns blazing. An asteroid will just be landing outside there.
So there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Can we have Michael Bay direct an episode of those video guys?
Why not? A guest director. Probably be.
But that's the
high
point.
budget
You don't
show.
need Michael Bay. Just get Bay in a can.
Bay in a can. I'm going to get some Bay in a can for myself.
Is it a real product?
It should be.
It should
yeah.
be. It
But
should
no,
be.
Well, he drinks it, but I like
it's
to make him Fox-like.
whatever Michael's having, I'll have it. Yes.
Cool. Who knows what will be next? Haley's Comet might appear from out the window. If it was in England.
Indeed.
Who knows? It comes around once every 70 years, I think.
70 years, yeah, I think so.
What do we got then for that? Well, I didn't care for that video because I didn't understand.
I loved it because, but then again, I've seen enough Michael Bay movies that I can instantly get the humour.
I get
we'll...
I mean, we'll have...
Oh, we're going to give it a 3,
do you want to compromise?
Well, I would give it 2.
Okay.
I definitely think it's a 3, but, I've got one martini, and if John's going to withhold his martini,
Exactly.
I respect
Thank
that
you.
decision.
So we give it 2 martinis. Otherwise, everything gets 3 martinis.
Yeah, but this is definitely a 3 martini job for me.
Well, maybe... Well, let's have a think about it at the end of the show. But for the time being, 2. Now, the OMFG moment. OMFG is a popular internet acronym, but one that we can't explain at this time of day. So...
Oh my fracking god.
Oh my goodness.
Fudging. When I was a little kid, my grandmother told me I had to say fudge.
Fudge, indeed.
Instead of
Indeed,
what?
I learned fudge as well.
Yes, I had to learn fudge. 'cause,
Fudge and sugar.
A 9-year-old kid saying the other word wasn't very good.
Fudge and sugar.
I'll tell you a story about the F word, actually, before we get into that. I remember going on holiday once. I think my younger sister was still too young to really be friends with or hang out with.
Oh.
And I ended up becoming friends with this quite unsavoury child, about my own age, was about 6 or 7. And the whole week, he spent the week saying the F word, F this, F that. And as a young child who'd never heard it before, I just thought, fantastic, it's a swear word that isn't rude. Because if it was a rude word, I'd have heard other people say it.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get home, I'm like, oh, Mum, no way, I don't want an effing bar. And I got beat for my pro-roll and explained that it's actually quite a rude word.
I'm
So
actually
there you go.
quite amazed John's told a funny story once.
Oh, thanks, Sean. I'm the humorous anchor of
Brad
the show.
wants to do those wrestling guys with a ukulele intro.
Well, maybe. We'll see.
I'm
That wouldn't
definitely
work at
out
all.
of here then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What is the OMFG moment?
that
It's the
OMFG
minigun.
moment. Okay, this
Oh,
is
the
a
minigun,
this is
yes,
a video from
from
Russia,
Russia.
and it's about this guy who just tests out different guns, and this is called the minigun, which doesn't look very mini to me. It looks like a
Yeah, absolutely.
well. Let's let the gun speak for itself.
Quite a lot of bullets.
We've had to reduce the volume. How red hot are those barrels? I mean, that's just insane.
That reminds me a bit like that gun in Predator.
Well, that's the thing. And at the end of
Yeah.
the thing, he says, "I want to do it like Predator," and he actually picks it up, and he carries on shooting, holding the gun Predator style. Insane. All I can say is that I just hope he didn't kill a lot of fish in that lake, because I don't think anything could survive
I
that
think
that
that's
amount of bullets.
That
It's
is
like-
one of the most wasteful videos I've ever seen.
it was
I
like
think.
something like 600 bullets a minute or something like that. I mean, it's unbelievable.
But he was just shooting it into water
Yeah.
as well.
You only have to look at Putin, though. I mean, in Russia, or their boob holding. In Russia, they make him a lot more macho.
Our boob holding video
Yes.
review of the boob holder guy went viral in Russia.
Did it? I did wonder what was going on there. We
Yeah.
seem to have quite a strong anti sentiment from the Russians. So
I don't see why. We weren't rude about Russia in it. We
well,
just
maybe they
thought-
couldn't understand what we were saying.
know. But it got sort of posted on I guess, a Russian version of Facebook, and suddenly got, within a 24-hour period, thousands upon thousands of hits.
And thousands upon thousands of dislikes as well.
If I had to get into a fight with a world leader, I would not want to get into a fight with Putin.
Putin's a tough guy. He's a
Yeah.
tough guy.
If I was going to be shooting that many bullets, I'd try and see if I could do something like cut down a tree or something with the
A
gun.
poor tree.
Yeah,
I think he might get arrested for that, though, I suppose.
well, maybe. But
Let's just hope he
anyway.
cleared up all the shells after him, because, that's a lot of damage to the environment,
Are
potentially.
we going to martini that up?
Yeah,
Or-
that gets a martini from me.
I'll give it a martini.
No martini from you, Elisar?
Well, it's not.
It's
it's not
that's
one
not
each,
exactly
is
how
it?
it works,
You know,
no,
it's
but
like
it's,
it's a rating system. I think it gets 2. I mean,
We give
it's,
it 2.
it's interesting to see what a minigun can do, and to know that
I think
a Predator-style
really
gun is
it
actually for
shouldn't be
real.
really called a minigun. It should be called something like a mini machine.
The big
gun,
fudge gun.
but, yeah.
Did he make it himself, the gun? Or
No. This is obviously
It
one
is
he
an
bought.
actual
He
gun,
probably
isn't
bought
it?
it from eBay or something.
Well, yeah, perhaps he did actually. It's great stuff. So that's the OFG moment. Up next, it is the parody. This is apparently one of a series of videos I didn't realise called from the series How It Should Have Ended, where they take popular TV shows and movies and reimagine the ending
I think
in
it's-
animation
it's
form.
Flash animation.
Flash animation.
In it, yeah, they've done tons of these. They're
So
very,
the
very
latest
funny.
the latest video they released this week is Jurassic Park.
The Raptors are gonna break through. We need the door locks back online.
If only there was someone not doing anything that could help reach this gun, we could just shoot it in the face.
They're too intelligent. Even now, the Raptors are probably evolving and figuring out a way to outsmart us. Nature finds a way.
Hey guys, can you let me in? I really want to kill everyone in that room.
See? They've already learned to speak just by watching us.
Clever girl.
Jurassic Park, How It Should Have Ended.
The thing about that for me is Jurassic Park is about 18 years old.
It's quite.
I haven't seen it since
I can't remember-
1993. I don't remember how it did end, let alone how it should have ended.
They've done God, what's that? Inception, the Christopher Nolan film. They've done The Matrix. I mean, like in Lord of the Rings, they did Lord of the Rings. How It Should Have Ended. Just that owl that saved Gandalf. Well, before they go on that quest, that owl flies them all the way to Mordor. They chuck the ring on and it flies them back. And I think they're very funny. Their videos. They're only about 2 or 3 minutes long, and definitely gets a thumbs up from me.
And Jurassic Park compared to some of their other ones?
But I think my favourite one's their Inception one, but they're all good.
I think John's got a point there. I mean, Jurassic Park was so old
Yes.
that actually just not in your mind what the ending was.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's sort of
It's not like a controversial Italian job style
was-
ending where you'll never forget how it
Odd
ended.
timing.
Among your favourites, John. It's from that era of the films you like.
I do remember going to see it at the cinema, but I can't remember much more than that. I just remember my dad took me, I think, for my 13th birthday, maybe.
I was watching. Did you see Terra Nova this week?
Not yet, no.
It's not really much worth.
It's
bothering,
dinosaurs and
but-
that as well.
Yes. What's it? Steven Spielberg and his loves his dinosaurs.
And dinosaurs in Doctor Who this week.
Yes, there was pterodactyls. Although Terra Nova and Jurassic Park both reminded me of an old 2000 AD comic book called Flesh.
So, how do we rate?
In good conscience.
Jurassic Park.
Definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I think it's more. It's not one, as John says. It's not one of their better ones. So I'd definitely see it as a 2.
A 2.
But
Indeed.
they've definitely got some free martini jobs.
It's certainly worth checking out the channel, which is HISHE, howitshouldhaveended.com, or youtube.com/HISHE.com as well.
Sloopy John has just arrived in the chat
Hey,
room.
Sloopy.
Hi, Sloops, the Sloopmeister. Sloopy. Hello.
So, okay, and our next is well, this is a controversial entry for the dog spot.
I enjoyed it, mainly because there wasn't really a dog in it. So I would give it a thumbs up for that alone.
This is a dog spot with no dog. Well, actually, you do
There is
see
a dog,
There is a dog, yes,
but not very much.
This is Jack the sheep who thinks he's a dog.
Yeah.
Jack also will try and round the sheep up with him, and he is getting quite good at it now. He brings the sheep back to the shed where they all sleep at night, and then he comes back up to the porch and sleeps with the dog. We are in the process of teaching Jack a few tricks that the dog can do, like shaking hands and sitting, and my daughter is trying to get him to roll over.
I have to say, I'm not convinced.
What do you think was a spoof or something?
There's no evidence. Well, this actually was in Metro and in the newspapers and stuff as like a legitimate story.
So what do you think? What doesn't sell you on it?
Well, because she says, he herds the other sheep, but he just stands there doing nothing.
I couldn't tell which he was when he was in the crowd of sheep. I didn't know which one it was.
And then she said he's learned to shake hands like a dog, but she's actually
just holding his hands. Yeah,
he's not offered it to her, and it's just he likes to go on walks with them, but he's got on a lead. Does he have a choice?
No, it's a good point.
So,
on balance, though,
I think it would be greatly improved with some mint sauce.
Well, that's a little bit harsh.
They
but
said they're
I
not going to eat him.
I know. Well, they're going to eventually, surely.
They said he's not. He's the family pet.
But but he's not going to live forever.
Yes, but you're not going to eat a sheep that dies of old age.
I don't know. They might be more.
That's why you eat lamb. You eat lamb.
I once met a pig that had a wooden leg, 2 wooden legs, and I said to the owner, "Why has your pig got 2 wooden legs?" And he went, "My house was on fire, and this pig came around, went oink oink oink, and you warmed me, and you saved my life." I mean, that doesn't explain why he's got 2 wooden legs. He said, once I got mugged, so the guy came in the farm and tried to attack me, and the pig came along and attacked him and saved my life. He says, but why has he got 2 wooden legs? He was a heroic pig like that, you don't eat them all at once.
Nice. Very nice. That's on a par with my centipede story, I think, from last week.
Jack the sheep who thinks he's a dog.
Oh, talking of centipedes, I've got tickets for the premiere. If you want to come along.
Wow, the love of crumb cake, Sean. So. Honestly,
I never saw part 1. I wouldn't understand it.
Exactly, you'd be lost. You'd be lost. Hey, we're logged out of the chat. We need to get back into that.
Yes, we've got to get the YMTV.
But not say the password on air, but it's.
So 1 martini, I think, for Jack the sheep who thinks he's a dog.
Okay, so what have we got coming up next? It's the web series of the week.
Web series of the week. And this week we have a web series from 2 creators called Sharon Wright and Gary Warren. And they've done a series called For Worse.
Now this is a fun series, in theory. It's a comedy show about a couple who live together and they can't stand each other. And if you watch it in order, it sort of escalates from when a man is rather inaccurate with his aim on the toilet, but it grows. All the little things that they each do that wind each other up, it escalates.
The idea is they live in this apartment, but neither of them want to leave because actually the rent is rent control, yes. So it's so cheap that why should they leave?
It reminds me...
So they're trying to drive their partner out, trying to get them out of the apartment.
That idea reminds me of the spin on Spaced.
Right.
Well, almost in reverse, yeah.
A married couple in order to get an apartment. This is people forcing each other to stay as a married couple to keep an apartment.
Was it
there's 8 episodes for series 1 at the moment.
Yep.
Plus, they're re-releasing them on YouTube with bonus commentary as well.
Bonus commentaries, yeah.
Which is an interesting idea.
Well, I've seen a couple of YouTube channels have been doing stuff like DVD extra style stuff and behind the scenes content.
Well, why not? You get
kind of taking it because people like commentaries. It's taking it to the next level.
So here is a clip.
And it becomes a cruel and devastating game of one-upmanship in some ways. And does it resolve? I didn't make it all the way through.
At the end of the last episode, spoilers, he gets an interview for a job in Texas. And the cliffhanger is, did he get the job? Because obviously then he would then have to move out. So obviously she's helping him, like tidying his hair, giving him a nice suit, making sure he does try and get the job and makes a good impression.
I see. So
that's what will carry on into season 2.
Very much like you get in a lot of American regular TV shows. Will they stay or won't they? That's almost kind of like thing, is the actor going to stick around?
Yeah, partly that.
Leave it open.
Well, and I think they often do it intentionally in the hope of getting recommissioned as well, don't they? A lot of series intentionally give their final episode a cliffhanger or a reason for it to be recommissioned.
Did it put you off marriage?
No, but I've got some quite disturbing views on the institution of marriage and relationships in general.
It's a fun series. My only comment would be, I think for this particular story structure, the episodes I think were a bit too long could have a bit more editing, because a lot of it is sort of like snappy jokes about what practical joke, or what are they going to play against the other.
Just made it a little bit faster.
A little bit faster.
Absolutely.
A little bit faster editing would have helped, I think.
I think that always helps with comedy to keep it tight.
Keep it tight, because comedy, when you're writing a script, you just want jokes upon jokes upon jokes. You can always cut them out in the edit, but you should always have as many as possible just to keep it fast.
They're planning a season 2, and like many others before them, they are looking to Kickstarter to raise funds for the show. And why not? We've seen musicians do it successfully. We've seen a few other web series have done Kickstarter or similar.
Right at the moment, they're filming the 3rd series of Bandwagon, which was done on a Kickstarter campaign.
Indeed.
I think we're supposed to mention that the series final of Bandwagon's up.
Indeed,
at the moment as well.
It's a two-part episode as well, and both episodes are being put up at once. Sloopy John says, never share a house with convention friends. Do you agree with that, Sean?
I've never shared a house with convention friends.
Probably for the best. Probably for the best.
Convention friends are friends that you get extremely drunk with, so...
And nothing more.
Yes.
Nothing else. So, fun stuff there, for better, for worse, or indeed for worse. Written by and starring Sharon Wright and Gary Warren. Look out for their... like I say, they've got a bunch of extras on their website, including the show with commentary as well.
But I believe their intention is to run it for 3 seasons.
Indeed.
They probably have worked out how it's going to end.
Overlord X Lego X Master in the YouTube chat room wants a shout out, and he wants to say that we are nerds, but we are cool nerds.
Well, that's nice.
Being nerds is now cool.
Well, being nerds is cool. Indeed.
I don't mind, that's fine. But he's saying, like, where is everyone? And the answer is they're on Ustream.
They're on the Ustream.
We have a Ustream chat room with plenty more people.
Overlord Lego Master, we actually have this running parallel YouTube and Ustream.
I think YouTube Live is just too difficult for people to find. You have to go
through
so many bloody
deal with
pages.
That? Yeah.
Me and John went to a YouTube workshop.
That's true, yeah.
And where they were discussing with people how to promote their shows. And as soon as we said we were on a YouTube Live show...
they said this session is over. Everyone out. Everyone out.
All they kept to go on about is that they find it a bit worrying for them live because they're worried about people swearing
and using music and
stuff
or pornography and
fudge.
Yeah.
But okay, now going back to or worse.
I really liked Sharon Wright in this, and I kind of recognised her from something, but I couldn't work it out. She had a very familiar face. I'm sure I've seen her.
I've seen her in other YouTube series.
But she's probably on television.
There's a lot of people that you see on
television
YouTube shows who aren't known actors, but they're actors who you regularly see in
Indeed.
work.
Like the one when we saw that guy who was in the movie Office Space. Do you remember that film? I can't remember the name of the actor, the name of the web series, or anything much about it, but he was a known face to me, and yet not a hugely successful actor.
Well, I give it a martini. I think it's a 2 martini job myself.
I kind of agree.
I certainly couldn't give it any more than 2 martinis, and if anything, I would say 2 martinis is being a little generous, but we'll stick with it. It's a democracy of sorts, and 2 is fair.
I mean, and if they, when they make their second series, it's just think about maybe shorter episodes. Keep it snappy.
Yeah, I mean, they're not long episodes, to be fair, anyway, but like you say, let's just keep things down. There's a few, practical gag sequences. Even the clip we saw could have been, tightened quite considerably, I think. But, there's a second season, hopefully a bit of money behind it as well this time.
Well, that's the intention. They're going to have a bit more money, they're going to improve the cameras, lighting.
Talking of which, that Freddie W. film, which we saw earlier, could have mentioned then.
Gamer Commute.
I believe it was filmed on a phone.
Yes, it was.
The new high-def phone. Is it a Samsung?
The quality of phone cameras now is getting so good. Gary Oldman recently shot a music video.
Well, there you go.
For I believe America's only Yiddish rap group.
Talking of Yiddish rap groups,
that leads us directly into
Animation Station. And this is a video called Call of Duty, but with toys.
Yeah.
Sort of self.
It's amazing how many. Also, we go on about comedy stuff in terms of the dramas. It's amazing how, in terms of the short, the little spoof stuff, how much influence Call of Duty's had.
Call of Duty's, indeed.
Yes.
Let's take a look at a clip of it from director Toby.
Dixon! It's too late for me, Johnson. What happened? What's wrong? I'm black. Titty fucking Christ! Don't you worry, Dixon, I'm gonna get you out of here, you son of a bitch!
So there's a clip of...
I really enjoyed that.
Did you?
I thought it was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of puns as well.
Yes.
Lots of puns.
If you like puns, which I do, as you well know, probably.
I thought the effects in it were very
effects
well
are good,
done. The animation,
stop motion
animation was good. The effects in it were good. There was some cell animation stuff in terms of the lip sync and stuff like that. So I'm very impressed with that front. I found it a lot of fun.
I'd encourage you to check out, if you like that, Toy Movies by Adam and Joe as well. They did a show on Channel 4 in the late 90s. A lot of them, and one of the sections they did of it every week was a toy movie, where they would basically recreate entire movies, although condensed down to about 2.5 minutes, using their toys from childhood. And I'm sure a lot of those are on YouTube now, so have a look for them. There's some great ones there. Titanic was their big one. They did Seven, and Shine as well was very funny. And I believe, what was it called? Robot Chicken have sort of stolen the idea of that a little
Chicken,
bit.
they've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, they stole the idea from Adam and Joe. I've got no bones about saying that. But Call of Duty with toys, a great fun video full of gags that I don't understand.
From Director Toby, a British channel.
Is it?
And also one of the Director Toby was one of the Next Up winners as well, along with Marcus Butler.
It seems to me an awful lot of the animation you see on YouTube is actually British based.
It is, yes, and I think that's because in our film schools we still have a very good animation teaching. I think it's still considered to be. I think we're top animators in this country.
Yeah,
definitely. And but yes, a lot of the YouTube videos that we're seeing are Lee Hardcastle, who did the claymation with The Exorcist. We saw that. Harry Partridge, of course, one of our favourites. Love to interview Harry Partridge one day.
Let's get him on the show. Harry, give us an email or tweet us.
Come along, John
tweet us. I won't be here.
Welcome you.
And I think when we did that top 5 Lego animation, I think quite a few of those were British as well.
I'm sure they were, now you mention it. Yeah, indeed. There's a lot of great talent in Britain. Well, Cardiff is, of course, the centre of animation, as is Bournemouth, my old hometown. So the talent is there, and YouTube is the place to
show it
display it. Indeed.
Call of Duty with toys.
Yeah,
3 martinis.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not from me, but if you guys want to give it 3, that's fine.
I think it's. I thought it was very good.
It's fine. What if you've never seen Call of Duty?
You don't have to see Call of Duty. All you have to know is Call of Duty is about war.
Okay.
Modern warfare.
Or played with toys. What if you haven't played with any toys?
I'm sure you've played with a lot of toys, John.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. So what's up next? Comedy of the week. Yeah. This I did enjoy. This was full of in-jokes. Oh no, I'm thinking of the next one. I hated this. This is Comedy of the Week. It's Food Battle 2011 by Smosh. YouTube.com///Smosh. Wait, I need to say that again.
YouTube comedians certainly love playing about with food, don't they?
They do.
Let's say that one more time. YouTube.com//Smosh. That's easy for me to say.
/Smosh.
Let's have a look.
I feel like I could say that all night.
How about this skateboard? Alright, Lollipop, let's do this! Alright, Donut, let's shred some killer half pipes!
If you like people falling over, I didn't quite get it. I thought it was sort of. Well, this
Elisar, with all
Smosh is very popular amongst the kids, I have to say.
I've never heard of Smosh at all before until I saw this.
This is the whole point of the show, Elisar. With all due respect, you're a 56-year-old man. I'm sure you won't mind me telling people your real age. And this video was picked by Brad Wyman's boy Eugene, who is 10. I think
he's 10.
He's 10 years old. So there's a whole demographic out there enjoying these videos. And there's a whole load of videos out there for kids.
Absolutely. By the way, if you've got suggestions for us of videos that you've seen in the week, send them our way.
And how can they do that? You can tweet us.
Yes.
No, you don't need to put up. We're here. Tweet us at Those Video Guys, please, and follow us as well. And we'll tweet and follow you back. Oh, here we go. Tweet us at Those Video Guys, and you can use the hashtag TalkingWebTV as well.
Yeah.
And that'll get people talking all about it. So that's a video for 10-year-olds and people who... And Eugene loved it.
It was made by 10-year-olds.
It's kind of
actually,
like,
it was quite well produced.
It's very well produced. Yeah, that's the thing.
I liked it though.
We'll give it some. If you're 10, I'll happily give it 3 martinis.
If you're 10, I'm sure it's 3 martinis.
And if you're us, I think it should be 1 martini.
If you're not 10, it's probably 1 martini.
Yeah. Well, we've got an average age of about 48, I think. Between us.
But
yeah.
Hello, Eugene. Anyway, and thanks.
Hello, Eugene.
And thanks for sending that in.
And if you want to send any other videos in, please send them this way. No, it's fun. It's fun stuff, and check it out for more food battle. Is there going to be a food battle 2012 in time?
Well,
for
they do one every year. They've been doing it for like since 2006 or something.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
They only looked about 11 in that video, but cool. Well, fun stuff there.
Overlord X Lego X Master says
Wallace.
he wants to be.
Don't say it. I think it's a. I think it's
said
a.
it.
Oh, okay.
Ian Wallace. Hello, Ian Wallace.
Hello, Ian. Okay, let's move on though. My favourite comedy of the week, Elisar, as we're still in the business of dealing with comedy. It is...
On the subject of age.
Oh, yeah.
SP Wright once says now you know that she's older than 10. Elizabeth Oriana says a woman never tells her age, but she'll admit that she's past 10.
Yeah. Really? Well, we're learning a lot tonight about our viewers.
When I'm out and about, the main thing I want to tell me is that she's past 16.
Thank you, indeed. Or in America, most states
18.
Yeah, but
we're in England at the moment.
We are in England.
A bit more civilised.
Well, if you're going by sort of ancient Greek morality, then yes, fine. Good. Thank you for joining my club, Elizabeth, says SP Wright. That's nice.
So, comedy of the week continues.
This is my favourite comedy of the week. It continues with Puppet Breakup. It's a crazy rap song done by a puppet with a cool video to boot.
It's been a while since you felt my felt, but this relationship's the biggest piece of shit I ever smelt. Always got me stressing, always keeping me guessing. I'm like a snuffleupagus, against a fucking manic depressive. And if I ask you a question, would you answer it last? Girl, I'm not your puppet, so watch your hand up my ass. Cause I can find a better girlfriend, a better boo. This breakup's brought to you by the letter F and the letter U. This is exactly what I said I'd do. My bones are made of styrofoam, but you can't find a better dude. Why'd you leave me? Was it something I did? I feel like Kermit the Frog, cause I was fucking a pig and I'm a...
We just let a swear slip in there, but that's
I
actually
never realised that the police were so prejudiced against puppets.
Indeed,
I mean, that was terrible violence.
It's a tough time.
I have to say that I was very glad because we don't seem to have the sexy time clips anymore, but between this and the Michael Bay in a can.
Yeah,
we've got a bit of sexy time.
Well, indeed, yeah.
I didn't check out that guy's channel actually. Your favourite Martian. Were there any other cool videos?
I haven't checked it out either. That was the first time we've actually come across this channel.
That's some good stuff, though. I really enjoyed it. I thought the gag about he felt like Miss Piggy. No, he felt like Kermit the Frog. He was effing a pig. I thought that was genuinely witty and a fun thing. The rapping wasn't amazing. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't. He didn't have a great...
but the rhyming was funny.
But the rhyming was funny, and that is a cool video as well, so check it out.
I think that's a 3 mark.
It's a 3 for me.
Yeah,
I'm on the way out, but I'll give it 3 before I go.
This show makes me feel like Dusty Bin.
Say that again? Oh, yeah, 3, 2, 1. That was back on Challenge recently for a few months,
it?
but I think only me and my parents watched it.
No, I think I was watching. They got a viewing figure of 3.
Really? Because they stopped showing it after about...
Because they needed viewing figures of 4.
Well, of higher than 3 at least, yeah.
So... what is the video of the week?
Video of the week. The video of the week has all the elements that should make it.
Ideally, the video of all time. The all-time
and
YouTube
it is called
video.
the ultimate YouTube video. And it's by Cybertunes.
Let's check it out.
I finally cracked the code, folks! I figured out the formula for the ultimate YouTube video. We open on a simple shot of me sitting at my bedroom desk, rapping faster and faster until all you can hear is what sounds like a whirring helicopter propeller. Just assume I'm saying something awesome. Then, we pan to the corner, where our house cat Chaplin is dressed in a ruffled shirt like Shakespeare playing Teenage Dream on the harpsichord. Everything is one take as we leave the house and I finally cracked the code!
And that goes on and gets more progressively sort of more outlandish and outrageous.
Yes.
To reflect the tastes of YouTube viewers.
Yes. Charlie Sheen's in there.
Got a cat in there.
Cat's in there,
have to
indeed.
have a cat.
Smosh is actually in there.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
Probably Shane Dawson as well, I think.
What was the deal with that video though? Was it somebody's stand-up routine set to animation?
Do you remember when I think it was in the Bitleys several months ago?
Yeah.
There's the pale kid who raps very fast.
Yes, I do remember that.
So that's the kid in the
Was
video.
it really?
That's him.
Ah, okay.
He actually wrote this sketch.
Ah, okay.
And it was basically, he was on, I think, an interview on Ellen, a TV show, and it was like, he said, I want to be able to make the ultimate YouTube video.
Wow, right.
Cybertoons saw that interview and said, let's do it. And so they came up with this idea, and George Watsky, the pale kid who raps fast, wrote it, and they just threw everything in it, and it says, because when you can animate it,
you can put all that
stuff. You can put everything can be in it. Indeed.
You can have a cat playing the piano.
The only limit is your imagination.
Indeed.
And that's
ink.
through the show as well. And ink, yeah. Well, that for me is undoubtedly the best video of the week.
It is a lot of fun. I mean, Cybertoons is a great animator, and the only criticism I have is that he doesn't make enough animations.
I have to admit, my favourite was probably the Bay in a Can. That very much appealed to my own sense of humour.
Okay, so let's have a quick rundown before I go. And
so those video guys this week.
So we had Freddie Wong as
is
Game
part
Commute.
Of an action that was.
Yes.
Freddie Wong, Gamer Commute, about a guy
Freddie Wong, one of the most popular people on the internet, and deservedly so.
About a guy going to work, and it's all video games inspired.
Yes.
Bay in a Can, youtube.com/SneakyZebra.
How having Bay in a Can can make your life being like a Michael Bay movie. And who would want to live in a Michael Bay movie?
Who wouldn't want to live in one? The OMFG moment, the minigun from YouTube.
Yes.
Old friends in Russia spray a load of bullets into a river. Check it out.
It's a crazy video, absolutely crazy.
How it should have ended, flash animation, spoofs the end of basically how a Hollywood movie should have ended.
Indeed.
We did feel Jurassic Park a bit past its sell-by date as
Indeed,
a choice,
yeah.
But otherwise a lot of their other stuff's really worth checking out.
That's our parody. The dog spot. No dogs, just a sheep. Who
sheep
thinks it's a dog?
It was dog.
Jack the sheep.
Will it taste any better with mint sauce?
We'll see. You can check that out at John Mills SWNS.
And our web series for the week?
Web series of the week was a series from Sharon Wright and Gary Warren called For Worse, about a married couple who are trying to drive each other out of their apartment.
It's a war of attrition, but it's a funny one.
Yeah.
Animation Station, Call of Duties with toys.
Toys, animating a very popular video game, but using like animated action men.
By
stop motion animation.
By top British director Toby.
Yeah.
Comedy of the week. Spoilt for choice. We've got two.
His parents give him that as a first name, director.
Director,
indeed. With a name like that, what choice did he have? Yeah, indeed. Comedy of the week. We've got two choices. If for the under 10s, Food Battle 2011 by Smosh.
Yes.
Picked by Brad Wyman's very own offspring, Eugene. Hello, Eugene. And my personal choice for Comedy of the week, the Puppet Breakup video. Eminem, Eat Your Heart Out.
YouTube.com/Your Favourite Martian.
And our video of the week, it is the ultimate YouTube video, written by George the Pale Kid Watsky and animated by Cybertoons. It's a match made in heaven for a YouTube video made in hell.
And
it's a lot of fun.
You know what? Watch the video and see how many YouTube and viral video references you can find.
Spot. Indeed.
And
I'm sure there's loads.
And also you might want to check out as well the Dragon Age Redemption trailer. It's like the trailer for a proper full-on Hollywood movie, and the Dragon Age series is coming soon, and we'll be reviewing it then. But it's definitely a series you want to check out.
Dragon Age trailers, YouTube.com/machinima.
And talking of stuff coming up, Bandwagon, the the series finale of Bandwagon
coming up, 2-parter.
So check that out at youtube.com/bandwagonification.
Emma Caulfield's filming the 3rd series right now.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, guys, I know you'll be back in a couple of minutes.
That's
for
right.
Talking Who. Is it the last Talking Who in the series this week?
No,
we've got a series
got
roundup.
Okay.
We're going to do a Tortured special, a Sarah Jane special,
and Delta and the Bandyman special.
A Delta and a what?
Well, you know where to go for that. That's on in 10 minutes' time. We'll talk all about that in 10 minutes. But guys, you'll be back in 7 days with another show.
Well, we'll be back in 6 minutes.
Okay.
For talking.
We'll be back in 7 days.
But we'll be back in 7 days.
Those video guys.
But I won't be back, and I would just like to say before we go, thanks to you guys, Sean and Elisar. Thanks to everyone who's helped out with the show. Thanks to our friends in LA who, sort of been behind the whole thing. Brad and Matt and various other people
and that
who've helped
chick
us.
who helped us for a while and then disappeared.
Well, as soon as we moved to East Finchley, she realised it was not
too
for
much
her.
on the high heels.
But most importantly, I've really got to say thank you very much indeed to all the people who've checked us out in the chat room and left kind and less than kind comments over the months we've been doing it.
There was never anything less than kind comments about yourself.
Well, you haven't read the YouTube comments, but no, in the Ustream chat room.
Always positive about you, your bow tie, the ukulele, became popular, iconic images.
Thank you. There's some real cool people in the chat room, and I've really enjoyed chatting with you and getting to know some of you. And thank you very much for your sort of friendship and support. Please continue to support the show and watch the show. Follow us all on Twitter. And like Sean and Elisar said, I've got my own Twitter, so you can follow me as well if you want to. It's sort of farewell. It's not goodbye, because I've said I'll happily sort of jump back every now and again, but not too often. And I think, that's pretty much all I've got to say. It's been emotional, but thank you very much. And I will stay in touch. And I might do a few pre-recorded pieces for you guys as well. Is anyone going to be taking over from me next week?
Don't know yet. We're waiting. We're waiting on some news, but that will be on our Twitter.
It will be on the Twitter. So follow these guys on Twitter anyway. Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional. Let's lift it on a high, because I know you guys have got a whole second.
Elizabeth Oriana says sniff sniff. SP Wright says thanks, bye. Sad John will miss you. And Redder says thank you, John.
Well, it's been my pleasure. Thank you guys so much as well. But from the three of us, soon to be two of us, I wish you farewell and goodbye. So for the last time from me, goodbye. But please do come back next week. Goodbye. I'm the only one waving again.
He's still waving.
Bye all. Bye bye. Bye bye.